Between streamer and company scandals, leaks, and its continued growth since its founding in 2011, chances are you've at least heard of the streaming platform Twitch. Twitch Interactive, a subsidiary of Amazon since 2014, is a video service platform specializing in video game live streaming as well as many other types of streams and VODs, videos on demand. With 30 million daily viewers, myself included, and ranked the 37th most engaged with site on the internet in 2021, according to backlinko.com, it's hard to deny that Twitch isn't mainstream in today's digital world. With the website experiencing exponential growth since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, I wanted to put together a video cataloging the platform's history, not only for myself, but also anyone who chooses to watch this video. If there's a particular era of Twitch you are more intimately familiar with, I will have timestamps in the video description so you can skip those sections if you so desire, as well as links to various sources and references I will make throughout this video. There will also be mention of racism, sexism, voluntary leaving this mortal coil, and mental and emotional abuse. So if that's not for you, feel free to skip those sections as I will be giving a content warning before broaching those topics. Hello, this is NDNerd17. Welcome to this video and my channel. If you like this video, consider subscribing as I intend on putting out roughly at least one video similar to this a month, or more, or less, depending on a lot of factors. Life can get in the way, and that's okay. So sit back and relax, or don't. I don't know how you're consuming this, and I hope you enjoy. For those who don't know, Twitch is a video live streaming website best known for streaming video games. Users can stream if they have the means to, chat in other people's streams, and support those people by subscribing to them on a monthly basis, granting them access to unique emotes as well as other things depending on the creator. Now, this isn't YouTube subscription, which is free, and you can do to my channel. Okay, last shameless plug for a while. A Twitch subscription costs $5, unless you have Amazon Prime, but we'll get into that later. But you get stuff for it, so it's more of a business transaction. Anyway, as of 2021, over 740,000 people on Twitch have achieved affiliate status, the first rung on the Twitch ladder, and the first rung with the ability to make money on the site as a creator. There's a lot more to this, but that will be somewhat covered later in the video. While Twitch.tv itself was created in 2011, as I mentioned before, the foundation for the website was started in 2007 under the name Justin.tv. According to various sources, the website was originally just one live streaming channel, run by its namesake and one of Twitch's founders, Yale graduate Justin Kan. The full team consisted of two other Yale graduates, the site's CEO, Michael Sibel, and Emmett Shear, as well as MIT dropout Kyle Vogt. Potentially inspired by reality TV shows like Survivor, the 23-year-old Justin started streaming his San Francisco life 24/7, starting on March 19th, 2007. Using a camera clipped to his baseball cap and attached to a laptop he carried around in a backpack, a system created by Vogt, Justin took his audience with him no matter what, with the exception of the bathroom, for what I'd like to consider to be obvious reasons. This quickly gained national attention, with Justin appearing on The Today Show on April 2nd and World News Tonight on April 8th, live streaming in roughly 480p the whole time. By the time NPR interviewed Justin on April 11th, Khan and his associates had found a financial backer in Paul Graham, who had agreed to give them $50,000, or roughly $68,400 at the time of writing this. That may age very poorly, as inflation is no joke. Using press and that sizable donation, Justin.tv quickly expanded to 60 different channels early that summer, signing an average of 2 additional channels a day by August. These included international broadcasters in Australia, Brazil, France, the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, and Sweden. By October, the site transitioned to an open network, allowing members of the public to make and broadcast their own channels, the number of those channels swelling to 30,000 by April of 2008, a little bit more than a year after it all got started. By that point, Justin had stopped streaming his life 24/7, and various features seen on Twitch today were present on Justin.tv, including categories like people and life casting, gaming, and animal, to help audiences find the content they preferred. In 2009, the site was redesigned for better ease of access, and in June of 2011, Justin.tv's gaming section was moved to a separate website, the now famous and titular website of this video, Twitch, with Emmett Shear as the CEO, who is still CEO today. The two websites' parent company was rebranded to Twitch Interactive in 2014, and Justin.tv was shut down later that year on August 5th, only 20 days before their parent company was acquired by Amazon for $970 million, all cash. Almost $1 billion, which I'm going to be honest, we're going to get into more of the finances later, but that is insane. Starting from a $50,000 donation and then selling the company for $970 million. That is nuts. And now they're gone. I forgot to take off my headphones for that last take. It is okay. Anyway, while I'd like to say that Justin.tv was a great success with no controversies to speak of, that would simply be untrue. I mean, this was the internet from 2007 to 2014. Of course, there were controversies. While Justin.tv tried to keep their policies in line with the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, created in 1998, the site butted heads with copyright holders for the duration of its existence, something Twitch definitely doesn't struggle with now. Definitely not. Was my foreshadowing obvious enough? Anyway, another problem Justin specifically faced before the website had other channels was people pranking him by swatting him and calling in fake reports of fire and other dangers at his residence to the police. Swatting, for those who don't know, is a term used to describe the process in which a person falsely reports a major emergency to the police at a streamer's location, necessitating a SWAT team to show up at the streamer's residence. It got so bad that the San Francisco Police Department put Justin's number on a list that would need to call emergency services before police action would be taken. Lastly, and this is where I must insert a content warning regarding taking one's own life, a broadcaster by the name of Abraham K. Biggs took his own life while streaming on November 19th, 2008. Biggs' father, Abraham Biggs Sr., held the site and every viewer partially responsible for his son's death. While I can't find any records for lawsuits that were leveled against the website, CEO Michael Sabel put out a statement saying, verbatim, "We regret that this has occurred and respect the privacy of the broadcaster and his family during this time. We have policies in place to discourage the distribution of distressing content, and our community monitors the site accordingly. This content was flagged by our community, reviewed, and removed according to our terms of service." End quote. While I understand it would be difficult for the family to have solid grounds for a lawsuit, I personally, inserting my opinion here, think it was very irresponsible that nothing was done. Based on several accounts, Biggs had threatened to end his life on stream before, and his final stream had been going for nearly a dozen hours before his death, and nothing was done despite exhibiting threatening behavior and erratic behavior on that stream in those 12 hours. I would consider this a tragedy that could have been prevented, but that's just my opinion. All right, content warning is over. All right, with that particular subject out of the way, as well as Justin.tv, let's talk about the company this video is themed around, Twitch. Twitch was named after Twitch gameplay, a type of video game scenario in which a player's response time is tested. Genres common in this category are shooters, fighting games, and platformers, among others. By this point, the team consisted of the 4 founders of Justin.tv and had added Kevin Lin as their chief operating officer. And the website also started their partner program, which allowed creators on their site to monetize their content only a month after it was founded, in 2011. By 2013, Twitch had grown to 100 employees and had a near monopoly in the game streaming market after their primary competitor, Owned.tv, was shut down. Garnering 43 million monthly viewers, not to be confused with the 30 million daily viewers at the beginning of the video, and ranking as the 4th most trafficked website at its 2013 peak, Twitch was making serious waves on the internet. In addition, Twitch added servers in Europe in 2013 and a new video system as well that was more efficient on the back end. On May 18, 2014, Variety reported that Google had reached a preliminary deal to acquire Twitch for $1 billion, though obviously this didn't work out. Not from a lack of interest on Google's part. They were wary of antitrust laws, since they had already purchased YouTube at this point, and fairly recently at that. On the website, Twitch, creators were testing the limits of what was possible for them and their chat. A channel by the name of Twitch Plays Pokimane programmed a way for their Twitch chat to play Pokimane. I know, shocker, right? Anyway, they modded a version of Pokemon Red and told their Twitch chat, beat the game. And using a series of commands in the Twitch chat, the chat could control the character and the decisions they make. Ultimately, this took 16 days for this Twitch chat to beat the game, which honestly isn't too bad. During the initial test of this kind of interactive stream, viewership averaged roughly 80,000 people, which is still a lot today. And the channel ultimately received the Guinness World Record for the most participants on a single-player online video game, with 1,165,140 people, which is hard to wrap my head around, personally. This channel's chat has continued to play Pokemon throughout the years, with its last completed playthrough of Pokemon Emerald ending on October 21st, 2021. They are slated to continue playing Pokemon games, however, it seems like some of those just haven't panned out recently, which, is fine. However, all of this internal growth with Twitch didn't come from a mere $50,000 donation from the Justin.tv days and then, they just grew from there internally. No. In the time between Twitch's creation and its acquisition by Amazon, which, may I remind you, was a whole 3 years, the site was the beneficiary of venture capitalism, a practice in which investors, invest money into a young business with potential for exponential growth in exchange for equity or an ownership stake. On top of the $7 million allocated from Justin.tv to get Twitch off the ground, various companies like Bessemer Venture Partners and Thrive Capital invested roughly $35 million into the website. This was needed as the company, much in the same way that Netflix has been doing this, did not become profitable as a whole until 2013, not long before they were bought by Amazon. All right, now we get to the history of Twitch under Amazon as it is today. On August 25th, 2014, Amazon acquired Twitch Interactive for, as I said earlier, $970 million in an all-cash deal, which is, as it sounds, it is all cash. Well, maybe not literally like physical cash, but it is a check for $970 million as opposed to like assets or like stock or anything like that. The deal closed a month later, with Twitch's investors, like Take-Two Interactive, making money off the deal as well, due to what's known as windfall, which is just when a company or business comes into a sum of money unexpectedly. In the transition, Emmett Shear remained CEO, while all other founders slowly left the company to pursue other interests, with Kevin Lin being the last to leave in 2018, being replaced by Sarah Clemens. The next year, the web series Critical Role started streaming on Twitch. What started out as a lengthy D&D campaign consisting entirely of talented voice actors and helmed by the legend Matt Mercer, grew massively in popularity over the years, eventually becoming canon in D&D lore and spawning their own animated series based off of their first campaign, Vox Machina. It also made D&D mainstream for the first time in, I don't know, since the 90s. Like, that's part of the reason why I've gotten into D&D. The massive wave of, like, inspiration that has come out because of Critical Role. So, like, good on them. We'll be covering them later. In 2016, Twitch added another form of monetization in the form of bits, a type of microtransaction that could reward those who donate to the streamer with special badges in the streamer's chat. Later that year, Amazon expanded the utility of having an Amazon Prime subscription to Twitch, creating the now iconic Twitch Prime partnership. With this partnership, Twitch users who have an Amazon Prime account subscription get access to one free Twitch channel subscription a month and the benefits that come with it, as well as the ability to receive in-game rewards for partnered games like Apex Legends and Doom Eternal. Another benefit of having a subscription to a channel was being able to skip the ads Twitch runs on monetized channels, something that can also be done with a VPN. Now, this privilege used to extend to all of Twitch if you used a Twitch Prime. However, in 2018, Twitch started Twitch Turbo, their premium service, and switched to the setup present today, where you can only be ad-free on channels you are subscribed to. Up until this point, you can enjoy a lack of ads across the website for free, as long as you were already giving Amazon money in the form of Amazon Prime. At this point, the face of Twitch was Ninja, aka Tyler Blevins, and Ninja was enjoying the peak of his career. He played Fortnite with Drake and Travis Scott, and has been the most followed creator on Twitch for years. Now, we're going to talk about him in a later section when we discuss the Twitch partner program in greater detail, and Twitch's arrogance when it comes to their assumption that they maintain an industry monopoly. Anyway, the following year, Twitch started signing their largest creators into multi-year contracts, not dissimilar to what major sports leagues do. Again, this is something I'd like to talk about more later, in depth. In May of 2020, Twitch introduced their own Safety Advisory Council, made up of streamers and think tanks, to try and implement ways of making Twitch a healthier place for everyone, especially marginalized individuals. The following year, a whole decade after its founding, Twitch introduced stream tags specific to a streamer's identity, whether it be their gender or sexuality, or the type of streamer they are, such as a VTuber, someone who uses a 2 or 3D model in place of a face cam. The last thing to add to the strictly chronological history of the website regards the relatively recent data leak at the time of writing this. In 2021, an anonymous hacker leaked the entirety of Twitch onto 4chan, including its source code and all streamer incomes since 2019. In this leak, it was found that Critical Role made the most money out of all channels from Twitch, earning $9.6 million since 2019, with the largest, in terms of viewership, streamer XQC, XQ Cole, however, he's known as XQC. His actual name is Felix. Anyway, coming in second with $8.5 million. There was a lot of controversy surrounding this leak, which never made sense to me personally. A lot of fans were seemingly upset that these large streamers made large sums of money, despite the fact that sub counts, the primary source of this income, is public record, with some streamers like Hassan Piker, keeping an active display of their sub count on their stream at all times before this leak. Now, this is very silly that they would not understand that a large sub count means a large income. Take the amount of subs, multiply it by 2.5, that's their income. Simple as that. Personally, what I found more intriguing from this leak was the possibility of what their actual incomes were, because sponsorships, contracts made with any companies besides Twitch, and revenue from other websites like YouTube, merch, Patreons, etc. were not reflected in these numbers. I'll touch more on this a bit later regarding incomes besides Twitch, which if you're sick of hearing at this point, I completely understand. All right, now that we are done with the history of the website, let's go over some of the things that make the website and its community what it is, starting with esports. Even in the days of Justin.tv, Twitch Interactive had been a platform to host a variety of esports. Many companies and specific franchises have their own Twitch channels for when they run tournaments. Riot Games has been paired with Twitch since 2012, and Dota 2 since 2013. Blizzard signed an exclusivity contract with Twitch in 2017, a contract that was not renewed in 2019 when it expired, in which case they moved to YouTube. Fortnite, one of, if not the largest game in the world for a while, aired their tournaments and seasonal events on Twitch, doing insane viewer numbers. In addition to all of these, Twitch has their own events in the form of Twitch Rivals, which does a large variety of competitions for streamers who want to play against other streamers. Generally, these events consist of Battle Royale events, like Fortnite or Apex Legends, but have also included IRL, in real life, events. Also, side note, chess has become more mainstream recently, with grandmasters like Hikaru Nakamura using Twitch to stream their matches and tournaments during the pandemic, with chess.com hosting their own tournaments with the name PogChamps. Those familiar with PogChamps tournaments will remember fondly in the first tournament how Charlie, Moist Critical, beat Felix, XQC, in 6 moves, which went massively viral. That specific clip did. Or how in the 2021 tournament, the primarily Destiny 2 content creator, Datto, aka Stefan, coming out of nowhere with very little experience to win that tournament. Frequently, channels broadcasting League of Legends and Overwatch tournaments top the viewership on Twitch, with other events like the Valve the Disciple raid race in Destiny 2 also dominating the platform for a few hours in 2022. In addition to these games, Minecraft events have always been massively popular on Twitch. Recently, these events have either been hosted by or associated with the massively popular Dream SMP, a group of incredibly popular Minecraft content creators that truly blew up during the pandemic. While I personally don't know much about the SMP, standing for Survival Multiplayer,
I personally have a generally positive view of the content creators that head the group, and can absolutely respect how popular that group is, with most members generally streaming a few days a month and pulling in tens of, if not hundreds of thousands of viewers each stream. All right, now we can move on to philanthropy, because with people having such large platforms on Twitch, thankfully, some of them use their platforms for good. Many of the top streamers have raised a great deal of money for various charities. Now, in an ideal world, charities would not be necessary to help the less fortunate in society, but we do not live in an ideal world by any stretch of the imagination. So, these efforts to help people are without a doubt a net good. Dr. Lupo, one of the largest content creators on Twitch, raised $3.68 million for St. Jude's in 2020. Hasanabi raised roughly $325,000 towards humanitarian efforts in Ukraine in 2022. Yesterday? Right before I was recording, Asmongold raised nearly $400,000. I'm not sure what the charity was, but it was his largest charity live stream yet. And while I haven't been able to find the exact amount, I know Dream and the rest of his SMP have raised hundreds of thousands, if not millions, towards various charities. Additionally, while the mainstream was not on Twitch, many Twitch creators, like Crank Gameplays, Ethan, helped raise money towards Jacksepticeye's, Sean's, Thankmas fundraiser for the nonprofit News Story, with the goal of raising $10 million to build 1,000 new homes for families in survival mode, according to the description on the Tiltify page. While they didn't quite get to that goal in 2021, Sean and his team did raise $7.2 million, which is absolutely phenomenal in my opinion. There are many other creators that have raised large sums of money to charity through their platform. This is in no way a comprehensive list. I just wanted to highlight a few of the more well-known or recent examples to shine light on the good things done through Twitch, before I go into the more toxic and negative parts of the website. Alright, now it's time to get into some of the more toxic parts of Twitch and parasocial relationships. Now, admittedly, I'm not the greatest with maintaining an arm's length when it comes to parasocial distance. Like presumably so many of the people that watch or listen to this, it's easy to find yourself getting attached to a particular content creator, or creators for a variety of reasons. This has been a subject of much discussion for as long as celebrities have existed, and certainly hasn't gone away with the growth of Twitch. One of the ongoing memes in Ludwig's community, even today, is him repeatedly telling his viewers, "I'm not your friend." Now, he's not on Twitch anymore, spoilers, but we'll talk about him later for a variety of reasons. Some people have said that creators sign up for the potential risks, some of which we already went over from when Justin Kahn was streaming his life. By pursuing this career path, that it's worth it for the wealth and fame. I disagree. People deserve to be treated with respect as long as they're not hurting anyone. They don't deserve to be, and a content warning is going up here, stalked, swatted, and objectified like creators like Amaranth, Caitlyn, have, and still are. There's a lot of nuance when it comes to this topic, and I might do another video on the parasocial lines that exist, as well as exploring other toxic parts of Twitch. But I'd like to keep this video more or less strictly talking about the history of Twitch while mentioning parts of the culture. Simply, if you'd like a taste of the community problems that exist on Twitch, just tune into a streamer doing unban requests. The gender makeup of Twitch is roughly 3-to-1 men to women, and this becomes glaringly apparent in streams like unbanned request streams. Alright, another content warning going up, racism, sexism, and the like. Let's go. Let's go get into it, not that it's good, clearly it's not. Anyway, In addition to the issues regarding the parasocial line, there has also been a reoccurring problem with racism on the website. In 2021, especially, not exclusively, many creators of color were still very outspoken with the hate they received on Twitch for merely existing. They would, and still do, receive hate raids from either bots or a racist creator's audience. Now, a raid in the context of Twitch is when a streamer decides to take their live audience and transfer them to another creator upon ending their stream. This is usually very wholesome and is mutually beneficial to the creators. However, when weaponized, this can be used to harass and attack other creators and is in no way okay, leading to the hashtag #TwitchDoBetter to trend throughout the year on various forms of social media. Now, there are ways to combat this, like switching chat to an emote, follower, or subscriber only mode, or running an ad. However, when it keeps happening, the responsibility falls on Twitch to ban creators that engage in this behavior. Even at the time of writing this, creators are still experiencing this targeted hate, with no substantial change coming about as far as I'm aware. Even if the attack isn't racially motivated, we've already established that, with the majority of Twitch's users and creators being male, the attacks can also be rooted in sexism. And if not either of those, it can just be because a creator doesn't like another creator. The largest creator on Twitch, Pokimane, had to deal with attacks like these in 2021, ultimately proving the creator that was attacking her was hate raiding her maliciously and got him banned from the platform. This involved a whole thing with Ninja social media manager, and a whole thing. I'm not going to get into it. Long story short, Iman got the other creator banned from Twitch. While this story ends in justice, too many smaller creators have no means to fight back against these raids. And while I understand a solution is logistically difficult on Twitch's end, a multi-billion-dollar company not finding a resolution to a specific problem that has existed for over a decade seems, well, a bit apathetic on Twitch's part, in my opinion. Alright, now we are getting into what is arguably the least important part of this, but it's also the last part of this. And it also gives a more in-depth view as to what goes on the website, what has occurred, how it's been for the last couple years. During the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, Twitch reached new heights with many people spending more time inside and companies and individuals using the platform to reach new audiences. Some of these individuals were politicians Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar, who partnered with Twitch and some of the largest streamers on the platform, most of which have already been mentioned in this video, to play the popular multiplayer game Among Us. This was the most highly viewed stream on the site while it was going. Not of all time, or even of all time at that point, but it was groundbreaking nonetheless. Among Us was one of many popular trends throughout the years, with most sticking around to some extent after the big streamers and the news outlets moved on. Two of these trends that put Twitch in hot water, pun intended, were the hot tub meta and the TV show reaction meta, commonly known on the site as, if you do reaction content, you are a React Andy. No, I don't know where that term came from. Now, a meta is a term used to concisely state that a trend is not only what's popular, but also successful. Now, let me be clear. I have absolutely no problem with people making money in whatever way works for them, as long as nobody's getting hurt. With the hot tub meta, many streamers would simply set up a body of water in front of their camera and entertain chat in their swimwear, which I don't find wrong when being viewed by adults. Just throwing up that it's only viewable by those who are 18 plus and you're good to go. And same with gambling streams, which I'll touch on later, along with something else that has been netting creators a lot of money recently: crypto scams. They're scams. Amaranth, Caitlin, used the notoriety from being highlighted in this era to become the largest creator on OnlyFans, earning $1.5 million per month between her various income sources, which include Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, and OnlyFans, and merch. Like, she's got a lot of streams of income. It isn't just OnlyFans. Whatever you'll say about her, in my opinion, she's a genius who will retire early to the comfort of her ranch. Now, the TV show reaction meta had a lot more to do with copyright claims and the legality and ethics of that. It started with some large streamers, like Hassan Piker, watching MasterChef on stream with their chat and reacting to the show. And their chat, obviously. The episodes were already free to view on YouTube, but copyright is always murky in matters like these. This went on for a while, with other streamers like Disguised Toast, Jeremy, and Pokimane, Iman, eventually watching Avatar: The Last Airbender on stream, and XQC, Felix, watching Hunter x Hunter on stream. Now, without making it overly complicated for the sake of brevity, because there is a lot of nuance in this matter, the latter two were far more likely to be copyright claimed. The latter three, I apologize. Since the shows they were watching were being streamed from behind paywalls. Pokimane and Disguised Toast were both suspended for a few days as a result of this, and a lot of discussion was had in the streaming community around the legality and ethics of this type of reaction content. Because large streamers can take the hit if they get suspended, but if the website gets sued or an adpocalypse occurs like it did on YouTube in 2017, following PewDiePie's most infamous negative incident, smallest streamers would be the ones most affected because they rely on Twitch the most for their incomes. They don't have Patreons, YouTube channels, merch, sponsorships, etc. They would be screwed, not the big streamers. And yes, before anyone says anything, because this has been going on for a while, yes, that is how you pronounce Poki's name. It is Iman, and that pronunciation moves into her creator name, Pokimane. Yes, it's obviously it's a reference to Pokemon, and it's pronounced almost exactly the same. That is how it is. The video is up on her channel, and I think you can find that video in her About Twitch description, which is how I discovered it. Just getting that out of the way. A more exploitative way of making money, in my opinion, has been and is still used by large streamers like Aiden Ross, in the form of gambling on stream in a contracted deal. Now, being paid to play a game on stream or multiple streams is nothing new. Plenty of streamers will play a game that just came out as part of the advertising campaign while getting paid to do it by the company. They'll just throw #ad or #sponsored in their stream title, and they're good to go. Why I find the gambling streams to be more exploitative is that gambling is statistically harmful to be addicted to, and this isn't helping. Now, if the streamer is transparent that they're being paid to gamble and lock their stream behind an 18+ wall, that's definitely better in my opinion. At least then it's theoretically not kids that are potentially getting cozy with gambling. Because with this kind of gambling, with it being online, the odds are absolutely in the house's favor. And some services are completely blocked in the US without using a VPN, and can take all of someone's winnings if they're in the US and are discovered to be using a VPN. Something that some streamers just don't bring up. Maybe they didn't check the terms of service. They'll tell their audience, hey, if you use a VPN, you can do this, but not bring up that you could literally lose everything instantly. Some Ordinary Gamers and CoffeeZilla have covered this extensively in the past if you'd like a more in-depth explanation. I will link to those videos and Mudahar's and CoffeeZilla's channels in the description. Another more recent exploitative way of making money at the expense of a streamer's fans is pushing a cryptocurrency or NFT that they can then pull the rug out from and make a killing. Again, Mudahar and CoffeeZilla have covered this extensively. They've done great work on this. Links will be in the description. Now, these two are much worse as they betray trust. Oh, not Mudahar and CoffeeZilla, NFT crypto gambling. Now, these are much worse as they betray trust and actively, if indirectly, seek to hurt an audience. Now, there are right ways to benefit from a gambling contract, but there's virtually no morally right way to push anything in the crypto space. The last thing I'll add to this section is the relatively recent migration away from Twitch by some of its largest creators. Ninja started this trend in 2019, when he signed an exclusivity deal along with Shroud to Microsoft's fledgling streaming service, Mixer, for $50 million. Ninja, not Shroud. Shroud got paid less because he was a smaller creator. Now, this deal seemingly came out of nowhere and almost legitimized Mixer overnight. Almost. Mixer ended up going under and merging with Facebook Gaming the next year, resulting in Facebook Gaming being forced to buy out Ninja's and Shroud's contract, who end up going back to Twitch with settlements of $30 million and $10 million respectively. Since then, Twitch has steadily been bleeding talent. Dr. Disrespect, one of the largest creators on Twitch at the time, was banned in 2020 for a still unknown reason. He now streamed on YouTube. Tim the Tapman, Dr. Lupo, and Ludwig, the last of which being fresh off of becoming the most subscribed to creator of all time, beating Ninja's record, during a month-long subathon, all left Twitch in 2021, when their contracts expired and they signed exclusively with YouTube. Dr. Lupo has said he left to pursue a better work-life balance, and Ludwig has gone on record saying he felt disappointed that when he told his Twitch contact that he was considering YouTube's streaming offer, that they didn't fight for him, one of their largest streamers. Now, this didn't stop Ludwig from winning Streamer of the Year at the first annual Streamer Awards, co-hosted, organized by, and streamed on Cutie Cinderella's Twitch channel. But he and Dr. Lupo raise good points. Now, before I insert my opinion, I will merely state that the YouTube partner contracts start at 100 hours streamed each month, and Twitch starts at 200 hours. To put that into perspective, to be a partnered streamer on Twitch, you need to stream a minimum of roughly 7 hours a day, every day, with only 1 day off a month. That's insane! Whoops, sorry, no heads up. I am now inserting my opinion. Requiring streamers to work, because streaming is their job, and thus work, roughly 50 hours or more a week when you have a safety advisory council that's supposed to help make the service better for all those involved in it, is objectively bad. I used to work 50 to 70 hours a week at my old job. It sucked. And then these creators are also expected to maintain a social media presence, as well as channels on YouTube, channels plural, to be clear. Doesn't seem right. In addition to this, once someone hits a certain level on Twitch's ladder, they are contractually required to only stream on Twitch, making them almost entirely reliant on Twitch for their income. With terms of service being so vague, this has led many streamers to criticize this policy. Like, to use a similar example, competing rideshare companies allow people to be contracted with both companies. Makes sense since they're driving anyway, might as well try to maximize their potential profit margin. But Twitch won't let that happen, maybe out of fear that streamers won't stay if the streamer doesn't need Twitch to put food on the table. Kind of like how labor jobs trap workers with health insurance and working them so hard they don't have time or energy to look for something better. But hey, that's a lot of guesswork on my part. Maybe Twitch will learn their lesson. Eventually. Hopefully. And that's it. If you made it this far, thank you. Twitch is one of the largest names in online entertainment today. There's no denying that. They have a long and already storied history that would take years to tell, with no signs stopping anytime soon. I might not always agree with their decisions, but they seem to be taking steps in the right direction to make the service safer for everyone on it, because improving the lives of the people is always the right choice. Thank you for watching or listening to my video all the way to the end. I don't know how long this is going to be. I haven't put everything together yet. Probably close to an hour. Oh boy. This is my first attempt at any type of long-form content, and hopefully not the last. As I said at the beginning of the video, I'd like to put out at least one video a month, though maybe not as long or thorough as this. I will also be teaching myself to edit video and audio to make the entertainment value higher, or at least that's the goal, especially if you're watching this as opposed to listening to it because you have YouTube Premium. I've included links to various sources, as well as the videos I referenced previously in the description. Again, thank you so much for watching, and please, if you'd like, leave a like on the video, and subscribe if you'd like to see content similar to this. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover, let me know. I'm not opposed to taking viewer suggestions. I'm not opposed to doing stuff that I wouldn't be super interested in, but if the demand is there, sure. Other types of content I'd like to go over are maybe analog horror. I'm not sure. It probably wouldn't vibe very well with my mental state, not gonna lie. But anyway, till next time, this has been NDNerd17, and I hope you have a good day.